So to go through all the required pieces that you're going to need for this project, to start off with, you're going to need some of these jumper wires. You'll notice that we've got one with a pointy tip on it, a male connector, and this point here that I'm holding this end, which has got a female connector for it to be plugged into. So we need male to female wires. We're going to need, to start with, just two. However, later on in the project, we will probably require some male to male jumper wires as well. In total, we'll need 3 male to male jumper wires and 4 female to male jumper wires. If you would like to substitute the male to male jumper wires for paper clips, for example, that is quite possible. As well as that, you'll notice I've got 3 different LEDs in here, and we'll talk a bit more about what LED means and how we can get those to work shortly. And we've also got 3 resistors. Now, if you've not come across resistors before, you'll notice that they come with different coloured bands on them. And this coloured band, it's best if we read it this way round actually. This coloured band, you'll notice, has got 2 orange bands, a brown band, and then a gold band. Now, you can look up calculators online, which is what I recommend you do, and there's even calculators out there for the iPhone and Android tablets and all sorts. So I'd recommend looking them up. But what you're going to need is a resistor from between 330 ohms and a resistance of 1000 ohms, or sometimes called 1K, standing for 1000. So if you can get 3 resistors, 3 LEDs, your choice of colours, and 6 different male to female cables, that's all you're going to need on that front. And the last thing that you're going to need is a breadboard, which looks something like this. And apart from that, everything else we need is going to be on our Raspberry Pi. I'm going to be using these pins here called our GPIO pins, General Purpose Input Output pins. And we'll talk about this all the way through, and we'll go through it step by step so that you can start creating your traffic light project. So one very important thing to note before we go any further with LEDs are that they're called LEDs because they are light emitting diodes. Now, if you've done any electronics before, diode just means electricity can only pass one way through this, okay? And the electricity must come through the longer pin first. Now, this longer pin is called the anode. So the electricity will flow, in basic terms, up to the LED, the light, and then it will flow back down the shorter line, which is your cathode. And so it's really important that we're aware about which one is the longer one while we're going through and doing our connection. If we wire it the wrong way round, the electricity simply won't flow and it won't light.